Well, I've got a plan.
What's your plan?
I can show you better than I can tell you. We need to get that bungee cord.
Do you want to dig it up from the roots?
I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it.
What's the shovel for then?
We're going to have to dig.
Dig what?
Oh my gosh. Hey, my YouTube buddies. I haven't seen y'all in a while. I know. It's just been cold here, and it's been raining a lot. It's been wet, and I've been depressed about it. But the sun is shining today. In fact, it's shining right in my eyes. And I am at my mama's house, and I have the help of Mathis. Sun shining in his eyes, too. And we are going to bungee. We're going to tie something up. These are the grasses at my mama's. And we're going to, they need to be cut down before they start growing again. So we're going to bungee them up and cut them down. And then I'm going to take a little piece of these and plant it at my house. So we're going to video it and bring y'all along with us. Here we go. Here, Mathis. It'd probably take both of us to. I don't think these have ever been divided. Here, you get that side over there. Kind of do it at the bottom. Oh my gosh.
That ain't gonna work.
We should have brought a bigger boat. But look at what I have. Got the Jacaroo. All right, Mathis, this is what we're going to have to do. We're just going to have to get down here at the bottom. As close as we can.
Still on video.
We're still videoing.
That thing ain't gonna work.
This isn't going to work. We're going to have to bring a big chainsaw. Which probably means we'll have to do it tomorrow. Well, I know what I can do though. I'm going to go dig up some more of her forsythias. Let's get it, Mathis. Uh-oh. Here we are, visiting the, what did I say these were again? Forsythia. This is Mama's forsythia. It's a patch is what it is. It is huge. Anyway, I've gotten several of these from her house, but today, Mathis is getting me a few more little forsythia transplants, and I'm going to take them to my house. Good job, Mathis. You're doing good. Yeah, we're just going to have to come back tomorrow with a bigger chainsaw to get those grasses. I don't think those grasses have ever been divided, and I know that the guy who cuts my mama's yard, he does cut them down, you know, to like little nubs or whatever, but they do need to be divided. Lucky for me, they need to be divided. And I'll have to bring Danny back tomorrow with his big chainsaw to do that. My little Jacaroo wasn't going to do it. I had high hopes, but that was wishful thinking. Are y'all ready for spring? I know I am. Uh-oh. I think those
The
roots will
root's still
do.
there.
Yeah, they'll do. And then those right there will do too. See, so far you've got me about 3 plants. You can just, yeah, you can get me that other one too right there that's close. I'm taking after my mama when I just point and say that right there. That's what my mama does. Oh, and my mom is doing well. She is in the house with the great grandbaby right now. I guess it was a week ago tomorrow. Is that when it was? Yeah. Or like a week ago tonight. We had a storm come through our area, and nobody lost electricity except my house. And we would not have lost electricity, but a big limb fell on the power line that supplies power just to my house. And when it fell on the power line, it broke the service pole. And when it broke the service pole, I guess it made things sort of short out and stuff, and it smelled like an electrical fire in my house. So we got scared and turned the electricity off to our house. And so we were without electricity for about a day and a half. And when that happened, I came down here to my mama's house and spent the night. And it was like a spend a night party. We had the best time. Rebel came with us. We all piled up, and it was fun. We had a good time. I think Mom enjoyed us being here. But we're not going to spend the night tonight. We're going to go on home. Are you done, Mathis?
Gave up the ones you told me to.
Okay. Well, you can put them in the box, and we'll go on home then. I think Mathis did a good job. Show us what you got, Mathis.
And it looks like I kind of murdered these ones. I think I did an alright job with this one right here.
Yeah. One thing about forsythia is they are hardy. And I think if I put them in the ground, they'll still bloom. And look at these. They've got little swollen buds on them. I think they'll be blooming here before too long. We're probably going to have some warmer weather next week, so they probably will bloom. Be careful.
I should have started on that one probably.
Yeah. Yeah, you almost got it.
One piece.
All right. What's it looking like on the... Okay, now this is the whole root ball of this smaller one. And I just want y'all to know that I dug this one up. I didn't make Danny do it. I did it. And it was smaller and it was not that hard. Is this the bigger one?
Yep.
I don't know. Look at that worm.
Huge.
I don't think that I got how big it was on camera. Look at how big that worm is. It's a good one. I'm gonna put him back. He wants to go.
Like a little snake.
I know it. It does. All right. These bushes right here are sunshine ligustrums, and they've gotten too tall. You can keep them down like a hedge. And I guess the yard people came by sometime last week or the week before and trimmed them all, but I don't think they trimmed them enough. They're too tall. They need to be about this tall and maintained at this height if they're going to be around this tree like this.
Give me that big bummer. Where you take yours to?
Up there, front of the house. Mistletoe.
Mm-hmm.
Mistletoe. Well, we were able to get the grasses separated, and I have the forsythia. I have not planted either one of them yet. As it happens, the days are just not long enough yet. I cannot wait until daylight savings time rolls around again. Then maybe we'll have time to do a little something when I get off work. I don't think I've ever told y'all what I do in my real life, in the real world, what my job is. But I'm a pharmacist. I work for an independent pharmacy. Actually, I work for two. This couple, they own 3 pharmacies, and I work at 2 of those pharmacies. And one of them is here in my hometown, Anderson's Pharmacy in Carrollton, Mississippi. And the other one is Winona Drugs in Winona, Mississippi. And I love my job. I love the people I work with, my coworkers. I love my customers, our clients. It's just, I've had other jobs in pharmacy. I've worked in hospitals. I've worked in chain retail, but this is my favorite job. This is the best job that I've ever had, just because it's just so much more personal. I actually know the customers. The people who I work with, they know the customers. They know what the customers need. I've been sporting my Ole Miss Pharmacy sweatshirt. I graduated from the University of Mississippi Ole Miss School of Pharmacy in 1997. That's how old this sweatshirt is. But pharmacy is going through a lot of hard times right now, especially independent pharmacies who are not connected to a big chain. And it's just a struggle for people who own independent pharmacies. There's a such thing in the world called a PBM, which is a pharmacy benefits manager. And what that is, they're a middleman between the big insurance companies and then the pharmacies and the drug manufacturers. And I really don't know what PBMs do other than get the money from the insurances and keep a bunch of it, and then don't pay the independent pharmacists enough to cover the cost of the medication. Because that's what's happening. When we submit insurance claims for the customer's drugs, life-saving medications that they're taking, we'll submit a claim. The PBM, electronically, they're the ones who tell us how much the patient pays, how much they are going to pay us, and whether we'll break even on it or not. And about 1 out of every 4 prescription claims that we process, or 1 out of 5 prescription claims that we process, we are in the negative. The PBMs do not even pay us enough to pay the cost of the medication. Not even, to mention the cost of the label, the cost of the vial, the cost of the electricity, the cost of the pharmacy techs, the pharmacist salary, none of that. So the margins are just shrinking right before our eyes. And over the past 3 or so years, so many pharmacies, independently owned pharmacies in the state of Mississippi, have had to close their doors because they just couldn't stay open any longer. And if something does not give with these PBMs, I'm afraid that there will not be any independently owned pharmacies any longer. And it's not just in Mississippi, it's all over the United States. Now, I think Georgia is in the process of passing a bill to where the PBMs won't be able to mistreat them any longer like they do other people. I think Arkansas has done the work to assure that PBMs won't be large and in charge like they have been. I think maybe Oklahoma also. I'm not really sure, but Mississippi bad needs some help. The pharmacies who are independently owned, the owners and the pharmacists have been calling our representatives and our state senators, and currently a bill that we have passed through the Senate in Mississippi with no objections. Everybody voted for it in the Senate. So now it's sitting at the House of Representatives. And the Speaker of the House, I'm not exactly sure how bills become a law. If I go back and watch the Schoolhouse Rock, I probably still wouldn't understand, but supposedly the Speaker of the House is the person who decides what bills will be voted on in these sessions. And so when the bill passed the Senate, then it went back to the House of Representatives. And when a bill goes to the House, it will usually go through a committee. And I guess the people on that committee will vote to see if, yeah, this is a good something, this probably needs to become a law. Then they'll vote on it. Yes, let's pass it on and get a floor vote. Or either they'll say, nope, we don't need to do this. Let's kill it. Well, in our case, the Speaker of the House sent our bill through two committees. And they say that when your bill goes to two committees that it has to pass through, they're pretty much just sending it there to die. The bill to die. And so, but our bill has been sent to two committees. And we have talked, we have called, we have like a grassroots movement to try to get these lawmakers to see our plight and to see how dire the need is for independent pharmacies. The county that I live in is very rural. We only have one pharmacy in the whole county. And it's the independently owned pharmacy where I work, Anderson's Pharmacy. It's the only pharmacy in the whole county. Montgomery County, where Winona Drugs is, where I work, there are only two pharmacies in that whole county. They're both in Winona, and they're both independently owned. Now, what are those customers going to do if, God forbid, if things keep going in the direction that they're going and the pharmacies are not able to stay open any longer, are not able to afford to stay open and fill customers' prescriptions any longer because of the PBM reimbursements? What are those customers going to do? What are the elderly people going to do? It's a conundrum, and it could be devastating for lots and lots of people, but it pains me the most to think about my elderly customers and what in the world they'll do. I'm going to put a picture at the end of this video with a list of names and numbers that if you feel so led, if you would give them a call. It's the representatives who are on the committee that the bill has to go through. If you would give them a call and say, please support Senate Bill 2677 as is. It's too bad that we independent pharmacists don't have deep pockets like the PBMs do, because I think that's what all this boils down to is money. Money. PBMs have millions and billions of dollars. Not only are they not paying us the cost of the medication on 1 out of 4 claims or 1 out of 5 claims that we submit, They also tell their customers, the insurance customers, pretty much where they have to go to get their prescriptions filled. They tell the customers, okay, you can get this filled twice at your local pharmacy, but then you're going to have to mail order. Have you ever heard of Express Scripts or Optum RX or Caremark? Those are PBMs. And those mail order companies are owned by PBMs. So the PBMs won't pay us the cost of the medication, but they will pay themselves 30 times the cost of it. Anyway, it's a sad situation, and it's dire. It's dire for people like me and the owners of the independent pharmacies and the families who depend on the independent pharmacies and the customers and the elderly, especially the elderly. So if you feel so led, give these representatives a call. I'd appreciate it. And I would also appreciate you if you would like this video, share it around. Let's get some traction with it. And also, if you would like my YouTube channel, subscribe. Watch my videos. You never know, I might lose my job and I might have to resort to YouTube full time. God forbid. Help, please. Okay, bye. This is a picture of the bill 2677 that we need to get passed. Pharmacy Benefit Prompt Pay Act. Call and email your representative. Ask them to pass 2677. Jason White, Speaker of the House. Kevin Horan, Representative. Carl Oliver, Representative. Josh Hawkins, Representative. Solomon Osborne. And there's the number for the Capitol switchboard. If you want to screenshot this so you can have the numbers. And if you know anybody else who may be influential in helping pharmacy, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. God help us and God bless America.